Hello and welcome to What the Hey, where I'm your regular host of What the Hey, and today on What the Hey, I'm once again answering yet another question. If I go into the magical composition book of knowledge, I see the question of, what the hey is Halloween? Now this question was asked by Mr. 2007, so hello to you and thank you so much for asking the question. As far as when Halloween is celebrated, it's always celebrated on October 31st, which there's a reason for that, and I'll start to get into that information now. So Halloween basically originated from a Celtic holiday called Samhain, where people basically lit fires and dressed up to spook away ghosts, basically. Now the reason why it's called Halloween is because there's this guy called Pope Gregory III who basically lived during the 8th century and called for November 1st to be recognized as a day where saints would be honored because of religious martyrdom in Rome. Now if you don't know what martyrdom is, that's basically when you're killed for having religious faith, and Christians in Rome were killed for their faith, so that's why it was we gotta do some respect real quick. Now, Pope Gregory III basically labeled November 1st as All Saints' Day, and the evening before that would be labeled as All Hallows' Eve, which turned into what we know now as Halloween. Now, people have associated spooky stuff with Halloween mainly because it's at the end of summer, and it starts to get cold and dark, and it's apparently associated with human death, so, spooky. Now, one of the things a lot of people do on Halloween is trick-or-treating, and I was honestly like, why do we do that? So then I researched it, and now I'm gonna tell you. So I mentioned Samhain earlier, and one of the things people would do is light up bonfires, dress up, and they would set out food to hopefully appease spirits. Some people would dress up in costumes and do tricks in exchange for the food, so that's kind of why we associate getting candy with this. In addition to this, young kids or poor people would go up to people who were known to be richer or whatever and go up to their houses and be like, can I get some food? Or they do a trick, which is why we call it trick-or-treating, apparently. Now, another thing a lot of people tend to do on Halloween or before Halloween is carve pumpkins. Now, I know in the United States, this is a really big common thing to do around Halloween, but it's not from the United States, as far as origination goes. It comes from Europe, because that's basically where we all came from, so, trickles down the line in history. So there's basically this European tale that goes with this dude named Jack, who would do a bunch of deals with the devil. After basically doing a bunch of tricks and deals with the devil, Jack was able to make a promise with Satan that Satan would not steal or condemn his soul when he died. So basically, Jack died, and he was gonna go to heaven, but Jesus said no, and then he went to hell, but Satan was like, no, I made a promise, so you're gonna go back to Earth, and I'm gonna condemn you, basically, to walk the Earth for, forever. And then Satan gave him this piece of coal that he could light to, have light while he was walking around, and then he put it inside a hollowed turnip. Okay. So Americans have basically taken this tale by putting lights and carving pumpkins, because that's kind of what Jack did, and we get the term jack-o'-lantern from this story because he was Jack of the Lantern, basically. So those are some Halloween traditions explained to you, because I had no idea about any of these. But yeah, that's essentially the answer to the spooky question, so I hope you have fun on Halloween. Stay safe if you're actually going out to do trick-or-treating and everything, because, COVID. But yeah, that's basically the answer to the question, so if you have any questions, let me know and I'll get to answering them as soon as I can. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!